What if one of the most profitable skills in business is something you're already doing, pretty much by accident? Well, that's exactly what happened to Mike Schauer, the founder of Swiped.co. He stumbled upon a hidden talent that completely changed his career path.
And it really all kicked off with him just admitting this one thing. He was using this super high-value skill without even knowing what it was called. And the crazy part is, you might be in the exact same spot. Let's dig into how that happens.
All right, so let's rewind a bit. Mike's story doesn't start in some flashy marketing department or a big ad agency. His first love, his main skill, was actually design.
And what's so cool is how it all just happened. He's designing websites, right? And he starts to realize that amazing graphics are only half the battle. He wanted the sites he was building to actually do something, to get results. So he started writing the words himself to make that happen. It wasn't until a friend pointed it out that the light bulb went on. Hey, what you're doing, that's not just part of the design, that's copywriting, and it's a huge deal.
So this personal discovery, it actually led to something way bigger. Once he had a name for what he was doing, he started looking for ways to get better at it. And that's when he noticed a massive, glaring problem.
I mean, just look at the difference here. As a designer, he was swimming in websites for inspiration, just endless resources. But when he looked for that same kind of thing in the copywriting world, it was a desert. There was no modern central hub to find and really study great examples.
And here's the key, right? Swiped.co wasn't born from some master business plan. It was pure passion. He was just scratching his own itch, building the exact tool that he wished he had for himself. And that genuine need, that authenticity, is why it totally took off.
Okay, so we've been saying this word copywriting a bunch, but what does it actually mean? Let's nail down a really simple definition, because honestly, it's the core of this whole story.
That's it. Super simple, right? It's not about writing beautiful poetry or winning a Nobel Prize. It's just about using words to persuade someone to do something. And when you think about it that way, you realize we all do this every single day. Every time you write an email to a coworker or even just text a friend to meet up, you're using copy.
Okay, but hold on. If persuading people is something we all do naturally, why is it so ridiculously hard to get right when you're just writing?
Well, check out this contrast. When we're talking to someone face-to-face, we have this whole toolkit, right? Our tone of voice, our facial expressions, our body language, they do so much of the heavy lifting. But with copywriting, all of that is gone. Poof. You've only got the words on the screen. And that means every single word has to work that much harder.
All right, so if it's that tricky, how in the world do you get good at it? Well, Mike's approach isn't about memorizing a bunch of rules from a textbook. It's way more hands-on than that. It's all about learning by deconstruction.
And this, right here, is his whole philosophy. He says the absolute best way to learn isn't by studying theory in a vacuum. Nope. It's by taking apart things that are already successful to figure out why they work. It's how we learn to code, it's how we learn design, and it's the entire idea he built his platform around.
So how does that actually work in practice? Well, it's pretty straightforward. First, you find a piece of writing that is just undeniably good. Then you break it down. You don't just skim it, you dissect it. Why that headline? How is that argument structured? What specific emotion are they tapping into? You're not stealing the words, you're extracting the blueprint, the strategy behind it all.
Okay, this brings us to the final and honestly probably the most important insight of all. According to Mike, the most critical work for writing great copy, it happens long before you ever type a single word.
So here it is, the real secret.
Great copy isn't about being clever, it's about being empathetic. It all boils down to research. You have to get inside your audience's head. You have to step into their shoes and figure out what they're afraid of, what motivates them, what really matters to them. Once you truly understand their world, the right words become so much easier to find.
Now here's a trap that so many smart people fall into. It's forgetting to build a bridge between what you, the expert, know and what your audience knows. You get so deep into your own project that you forget what it's like to be on the outside looking in.
This metaphor just nails it, right? When you create something, you're deep in the forest. You know every single tree, every path. But your audience, they're standing at the edge, and they can't see any of that. Your job as the copywriter is to be their guide, to lead them through that forest, one clear, simple step at a time.
So, we'll leave you with this thought. We've talked about how reverse engineering can make a complex skill like copywriting feel so much more manageable. But this method works for almost anything: public speaking, cooking, coding, even leadership. So think about it. What's that one skill you want to learn? And how could you start finding the best examples out there and breaking them down to truly master it?